Last week, Chelsea became the first club to win all major European trophies. And as a Fulham fan, this record doesn't sit right with me. Today, I'm breaking that record. I'm gonna win all 3 European trophies in one video, and I'm doing it with Lyon. Taking over at the start of the 2025-26 season with live start points here with Lyon. This is the default starting 11 and lineup we have been given. Lyon have never won a European trophy. And no, the Intertoto Cup does not count. For me, the backline is by far the weakest part of this Lyon squad. So improving the backline in season number 1 is priority number 1. Starting at left back, I'm going to work left to right. It is Maxime de Kuyper, the Belgian left back joining us from Club Brugge. There is an unbelievable amount of players that I want us to sell and cash in on right now. Moussa Niakate off to Crystal Palace. I've changed the formation to have defensive midfielders, so 20 mil for Tolisso is a no-brainer. Jordan Veretout heading to Hoffenheim. This video isn't about being realistic, it is being cutthroat and getting these European trophies by any means necessary. That being said, I'm making a pretty realistic transfer right now. Sevilla are in financial turmoil in real life, and they are rumored to be having to sell one of their best players, Loic Bardet. They don't want to lose him, but they have no other choice. So I'm taking advantage of that. The Frenchman returning to the motherland for 21 mil. Screw it, it's an all-French backline now. Bafode Diakite making the jump from Lille and making our backline significantly stronger. We're not done there, fellas. I want to right back as well. Ainsley Maitland-Niles leaving the club to Bilbao, whilst the very next day, young Frenchman Johan Lepenant goes on loan to Celtic. Starting to feel like a French-only rebuild. Not the case though. Sacha Boey just happens to be the best option, joining us from Bayern Munich. We've gone to town on this back line, got them for all the way basically to the 80s. De Kuyper will catch up eventually. Got a lot of money though. Not too sure what I'm going to do in January. We've got some young players that I want to put some time and effort into. We've got players like Lacazette that are going to drop rapidly, but I want to give them at least a season. We'll see where we're sitting come January, but we are in the Europa League this season. It would be brilliant if we could start season 1 off with a trophy and tick something off from the jump. So we'll see where we're sitting. Also, when it comes to the French League, I'm not overly worried about the first season in terms of getting Champions League right away. It would actually probably benefit us better if we were qualifying for a competition like the Conference League. I don't want to get to the point later in the video where we've won the Champions League, won the Europa League, we have an insane squad, and I'm having to throw results to make sure I get into the Conference League. Okay, it looks like I took that a little too literally. We have got 6 losses. We're sitting 9th on the 1st of January. We've got some ground to make up if we want to play any European football next year. Still 2 games remain in the Europa League here in January. We are sitting 19th, so it's looking likely that the playoffs are the best route. Although if we go win-win, we might sneak in. I was pretty confident I was going to be getting a striker here in January, but with Lacazette retiring at the end of the season, not going down too rapidly, and scoring goals for fun this year, I'm going to give him the rest of the year. Getting a striker next year is going to be priority number 1 though. I reckon we're best served going for a defensive midfielder. I know Kaleta not a DM, but he wanted out of the club. So we're going to sell him to Galatasaray for just shy of 5 mil. And unfortunately for Mangala, process of elimination probably suggests our best bet is to go all in on a new defensive midfielder, sending him to PSG 21 mil. That gives us 50 million pounds to go all in on a defensive midfielder. Screw it. Boubacar Kamara is that man. I know it's another Frenchman, but it makes so much sense. He immediately becomes head and shoulders our best player in the squad. 85 overall, 26 years of age. We sign him from Villa for 43 mil. We scrape into the Europa League playoffs by the skin of our teeth. That doesn't leave me with much confidence, but we're still on. We can still potentially tick off the Europa League in season 1, taking on Molde in the playoff rounds. I can't lie, it would be quite embarrassing if we went out in the playoff round Molde, but let's see how we go. First leg against Molde, and it is a 2-2 draw. Come on now. We might actually just be cheeks. We might just be arse. Are we going to go out to Molde? We are not. Nemanja Matic, of all players, is the hero. I almost signed Hjulmand from Sporting in the January window as that offensive midfielder, and now I'm wishing I did. We've drawn Sporting. Let's hope Boubacar Kamara can step up here. We're at home for the first leg. The dream's still alive to get a trophy ticked off, but we are behind. Now we have to go into Portugal, go into Lisbon, and hope that we can get a victory here to keep this run alive. Are we going to win a Europa League in season 1? We are not. It is going to be a trophyless first season. We need to step up in the league. What the hell happened? Oh my god. Okay, we have come second in the French league this season. After our stinker of a start, we turn it on in the second half of the year. Weren't even close to PSG, but we're going to be playing European football next year. Monaco are going to win Coupe de France. Round of 16 exit for us. Real Madrid win the Champions League. Dinamo Zagreb beats Sporting in the Europa League final. That gives me confidence, though, that Sporting made it to the final. Whilst West Ham United win their second Conference League. Well, that sucks. Lacazette, our Golden Boot winner, is retiring at the end of the season. 25 goals, 6 assists. Can still do it at age 35, but we're going to have to go in for a new striker next year. I'm glad, though. Mkhitaryan, I can't pronunciate his name, but Georges, the Georgian, gets 18 goals. Malik Fofana, big first year. And Maxime de Kuyper, our left back, take a bow, son. But this is pretty brutal. We're losing a lot of talent to retirement. Lacazette, Mata, Matic, and Tagliafico all retiring at the end of the year. Replacing Lacazette is no easy task, but I want to invest a large chunk of our transfer budget into one man that we can hang our hat on for the future at Lyon. That is exactly what we are going to do. I've signed a new striker, somebody I used to sign quite often back in the day in career modes. Don't think I've signed him at all, if often, this year. But ladies and gentlemen, it is Fabio Silva, the Wolverhampton Wanderers striker, joining us at Lyon. Yeah, we splashed the cash for him, 40 mil. Losing all those players to retirement has absolutely destroyed our squad depth, though. So I'm signing a regen. This guy here, Giuseppe Bianco, I just wanted to find some backup young prospects. This dude is 76 overall, 17 years of age. I'm immediately sending him off on loan. He could be a freak. And because I intend on sending him off on loan, we still need the squad depth, so I've signed a young Portuguese defender, Guterres. To be fair, though, he ain't a bad prospect himself. And when it comes to an attacking midfield backup, I've actually elected to sign a real life player, a man with a mustache that I'm incredibly jealous of. German Raider Kadra making the jump from Stade de Reims. About to be lone central over here. I wanted to get Ernest Nuama a loan move last year, but he was injured for half the season, so now we've loaned him out to Salzburg. The youngster Giuseppe Bianco heads to Lille, and Johan Lepinen is taking the Scott McTominay route. We enter season 2. This team is good, man. This team is really good. I fear that we may have overshot our mark. You can probably tell by the background, but we're automatically into the Champions League this year. It has me a little nervous that, like I said earlier, I might have to throw later down the video if we want to win the Conference League and even maybe the Europa League. But I also don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. Champions League could be anything, though. Let's see how we go. Disaster has struck, lads. I'm a dumbass. We lost Malik Fofana. Malik Fofana had a release clause. Real Betis activated it. The left midfield prospect goes to Real Betis for just £30 million. It's above market value now, but long term, I think that's going to bite us in the ass. Again, we have started the league season, though, so damn slow. So many draws, sitting 7th right now. We've made the most out of this Malik Fofana disaster. I've picked up Christos Zolas, who is older, but 2 overall higher. Just like Maxime de Kuyper, we have picked him up from Club Bruges, £28 million from the Greek. We've done decent, though, in the Champions League. We had a tough run, which included Arsenal, Man City, Barcelona, but we finished 13th. That gives me hope. We're into the playoffs, and we're going to be versing FC Porto. Look, if we were able to win the Champions League as our first trophy, I would be shocked, but I would not be complaining. It all starts now. Round of 32, and we draw 2-2 with FC Porto in Portugal. Taking it back home, second leg, all tied up. Can we get to the round of 16? Yes, we do! Ryan Shirky is going to score the winning goal. This is where it gets real now, though. Round of 16 of the Champions League, Inter Milan. Oh, come on, fellas. We bottled it last year in the round of 16 of the Europa League. I don't want the same fate. Oh, but we are looking like we're going to have the same fate. 3-2 down at home. Can we do what we couldn't do last year? Overturn a deficit, traveling to the San Siro versus Inter Milan. This is a much more difficult task than Sporting. And we get ourselves a draw, but a draw is not enough. For the second straight year, we are out in the round of 16, this time in the Champions League. Oh my God, bro. For the second straight year, we have pulled it out of our ass. When we got eliminated out of the Champions League, we were sitting 7th. PSG, holy hell. All right, we get second. PSG have just gone invincible. PSG haven't lost a single game all season. They are cooked. And we lost to them in the Coupe de France final. They've gone invincible in almost, if they win the Champions League, they might have gone invincible in all tournaments. They did not. Atletico Madrid win the Champions League. PSG went out in the round of 16 just like us. Oh, hey! I would love if this happened in real life. Fulham have won the Europa League and Lazio in the Conference League. Ooh, Georgia's from Georgia, 29 goals. He is progressing nicely. +2 for him. Fabio Silva to an 85 overall. And I cannot wait to get a full season with Zolos under our belt because he gets himself 12 goals, 8 assists in 36 games. Like, our attack is progressing brilliantly. Off on the loan spells, Nuama goes up to a 77 at Salzburg, Johan Lepinen to an 80, and Giuseppe Bianco just to a 77. And unlike last year, nobody retires, nobody walks on a free. If we want to ascend to not only the top of French football and European football, we need some monster signings. I mean, we're in a league where PSG have just gone invincible. We need to take ourselves to the next level. Enter Jurrien Timber, the Dutchman from Arsenal. He has the red, white, and blue. Close enough to France. He is joining Lyon, 48.5 mil. But if we want to get some more big name players into the squad, I'm going to have to make some tough calls. Sacha Boey, decent couple years at the club. Wasn't growing like crazy though, so I'm cashing in. Same deal here. Paul Akuku, getting older, sell him on. Abner Vinicius though, I'm sending him off on loan. He wanted the loan move. I don't want the loan move, but I want to be able to at least sell him on potentially in the future. Another year, another loan move for Giuseppe Bianco. I don't know if Villa's the right team for him to go to, but there were some big clubs coming in. Another centre back out of the club though, this one permanently. And all of those departures are going to help us bring in Castello Lucaba, another Frenchman, another upgrade to the defense. Big money spent on him to bring him back to Germany for 44 mil. And well, back to the city he was born in. Born in Lyon, France, got his start at Lyon. Welcome back. Things went so well for Johan Lepinen at Napoli last year that I'm now sending him off on a 2-year loan move. The more this goes on, I almost want us to come like 5th or 4th so that we don't have to play Champions League football, because this team could genuinely win the Champions League this season. It is a very good football team, and it is a team that is once again playing in the Champions League. Fulham up there, which is awesome to see. Fenerbahce, Dortmund, there are some big teams that we're going to be versing. Arsenal again, but I'm hopeful that we can get ourselves into the automatic rounds this year. I just want us to start winning some of these trophies. Start ticking some of them off. Second in the Champions League. That is incredible. Undefeated. All right, we are the real deal nowadays. We get to skip the playoffs. We can genuinely win the Champions League this year. I will see you one day, and I think it's going to be even harder to see you. Cool. Our reward for going undefeated in league phase play is a date with Real Madrid. Couldn't get Fulham. To be fair, every team remaining is pretty damn insane, but we get Real Madrid. Cheers. Georgia's from Georgia goes up to an 84 overall. This starting 11 is ridiculous. I should have just done a normal rebuild with Lyon. This could be a fast rebuild. 1-1 draw, though, in this first leg. We cannot get too high on our own supply, though. I'm talking like I've already made it to the Champions League final and won the damn thing. It's 1-1 here against Real Madrid, Season 3, and we win on penalties. Come on now, into the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time. However, we will be meeting Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. Just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Champions League quarterfinals against Bayern Munich, and it is we get so many first leg draws. We're at home for the second leg. Get ourselves through to a semi-final if we take down Bayern Munich. Come on, Lyon. We are going out. Oh my God. That is our first loss in the Champions League all season. Jamal Musiala kicks us out in the Champions League quarterfinals. We're creeping up on Paris, man. We're creeping up on PSG. We've finished second in the French league this year. Only 6 points behind them. Only 3 losses all year. Scoring goals for fun. Those 2 losses have just cost us a league title. Back in the Champions League again next season though. Paris FC straight down. We lost trophy champ to PSG earlier in the year. And we lost again in Coupe de France to PSG, bro. We've just let them do the treble, and we've had a treble of losses. Dortmund end up winning a Die Klassiker Champions League final. Lille win the Europa League, and St. Gallen win the Conference League. Fabio Silva, top goal scorer this season. George is from Georgia, 84 overall. I don't need to show you guys everything. All you need to know is that this team is ridiculous right now. And I think if we weren't doing so well in Ligue 1, we probably already would have won a Conference League or a Europa League. We are suffering from success right now. I can't keep getting caught up in the, oh my god, like we're progressing too quickly. We're going to win a Champions League and then have to work backwards. I think we just need to focus on building a super team and worrying about Europa Leagues and Conference Leagues when they happen. Take it one season at a time, build the best team possible, build a super team. We're doing that by getting ourselves a new number one. Another Frenchman. It's not my fault France has such a deep talent pool at the moment. Yeah, Restes coming back to the French league. I want us bulletproof in so many different areas of the pitch. I genuinely might not sell any more players and just keep hoarding all the best talent so that our third string team eventually can go and win a Champions League on their own merit. Young Colombian midfielder Oscar Pereira will be joining us as a backup left midfielder from Strasbourg. Giuseppe Bianco, despite only going up 1 overall every season, still has that something special tag. This is probably his final chance. If he can't turn into a superstar at Brighton, then where else will he? And to round out the window, we're going to continue building out the bench. Remy Lebur Lascari joining us as a backup striker. We got so many 87 rated players in this squad, it isn't even funny, man. This team is absolutely cooked. Perry goes up to an 85 now after I upgrade him, but this team... Dude, come on now. I'm almost sad we didn't win the Europa League in Season 1 because that would have made us... We would have been in such a stronger position. Still, no trophies. And in the Champions League again, I wish the other French clubs were stepping up so that we'd finished like 4th or something. I'm going for the Champions League title. And the ironic thing is, if I win the Champions League title the next season, no matter even if I get like relegated, no matter what, next season is basically a bust because that would automatically qualify me again for the Champions League. But again, can't get too ahead of myself, one step at a time. 17th in the Champions League. We're into the playoffs for another year, man. This year, we verse Leverkusen. We're in the title race in the league as well, but here's the thing. All right, we're 4 points ahead of Lyon. Honestly, as messed up as this sounds, I'm going all out for the Champions League, but if we do get eliminated, it might be in our best interest to almost put our second string side in for the remainder of the season, try to throw Champions League qualification and get ourselves into one of the lesser competitions. But again, that is only if we go out in the Champions League. Playoff round. This team is so good, man. I say it every bloody time I see it. First leg of the playoffs, and we win 3-1. Come on. There have been bigger bottle jobs, but we are in a really good position. Get ourselves through to the round of 16. We win it 2-1. No injuries, no suspensions. Heading to the round of 16 again with Lyon. And in the round of 16, we face AC Milan. At home for the first leg. Can we get ourselves another 3-1 victory like we had against Leverkusen? No, we do not. It is a scoreless draw. About as even a game you could see. Second leg in Milan. The San Siro. We face AC Milan in the round of 16. And it is Christos Zolos in the 86th minute, keeping our dreams alive here, but Jurrien Timber has gone off in the 9th minute with an injury. Fractured cheekbone just 2 weeks out for Timber. Crisis averted. Although it looks like De Kuyper is going to be suspended for the first leg of the quarters. And in said quarterfinals, we are going to be facing Liverpool. De Kuyper is suspended for this first leg at Anfield. We're taking on Liverpool. This is where we went out last year. And we are likely not going out there this year. We walk into Anfield and slap them up 3-0. We get De Kuyper back, but now Timber is suspended. That's all good though. We are 3-0 up and surely going to be in a prime position. We lose, but we still go through 4-2 on aggregate. We are heading to the Champions League Final Four. And in the semi-finals, we have drawn Valencia. On paper, our easiest opponent so far comes in the semi-finals. That is a blessing. Now we have to make sure we actually handle business. A 3-0 victory like we had against Liverpool would be ideal. It is a 1-0 win. It could have been 2-0, but it is a 1-0 advantage to take to Spain. Finish the job. Get us to a Champions League final with Lyon. Get us to an opportunity. We win it in the 76th minute. We come from behind. 2-0 down. Fabio Silva and De Kuyper. We are heading to a Champions League final with Lyon. And in the Champions League final, we are going to be versing Arsenal. An opportunity for our first European trophy is here right now, and honestly, it's the one I thought we were going to win last. Roma won the Europa League, and Brighton won the Conference League. Hey, our man, the centre-back won the Conference League. That counts for us, right? Please tell me that counts. We have won Ligue 1 with Lyon, so we are guaranteed to be playing Champions League football again next year. We have won Ligue 1, so if we win tonight against Arsenal, I'm going to have some very, very interesting scenarios ahead. We did lose Trophy Champ again to PSG at the start of the year. And in the Coupe de France, we lost 3-1 to PSG. Come on now, fellas. A trip to Wembley Stadium. Can we win our first European trophy here with Lyon? We win it on penalties. Come on, lads. We win it on penalties. That is the Champions League down. I thought this was going to be the way that we ended the video, but no, it is our first European trophy. Now we have to go out and win the damn Conference League and Europa League. We're into Season 5, and our European performances don't mean anything this year. We are focused on what we do in League 1 and the Cup, or even what we don't do in Ligue 1. We cannot afford to qualify for the Champions League next year. That is such a weird statement to say, but in an ideal world, I would like us to win Coupe de France and finish like 8th or something in Ligue 1. But that poses the question, what do we do on the transfer front? We've been given over £100 million to spend, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some of the world's best young players, sign them to the club, and loan them out. We start off with the French striker Robin Clement. 82 overall, 21 years of age, 42 mil. An exciting prospect. He could be a long-term replacement here for Georges from Georgia, so I'm going to put him onto the loan list. And we've signed, I guess, his brother from another mother. It is another Clement. He's another Frenchman. This time it is Arnaud Clement, centre-back from Arsenal. This dude is an even better prospect. 85 overall, 21 years of age. I'm adding him to the loan list. I want to get these guys loaned out, get them growth, and have them coming into the squad next season so that we're in an insane spot to hopefully win either a Europa League or a Conference League. Napoli's been a happy breeding ground for us so far. They helped Lebanon. Now I'm hoping they can help Clement for the season. And when it comes to Robin, we're sending him to Leverkusen, right back to the Bundesliga. You know what I'm going to do here? To make us a little weaker, I don't want to sell Cherki, but I'm going to loan him out for the year to make our overall just that little bit lower. We're going to send him to Sevilla on loan for the season. 89 rated. That is charity work on our behalf. I fully forgot about the UEFA Super Cup. We are in the Super Cup here against Roma. Technically, it's not one of our challenges, but I think I'm going to throw it in for the sake of it. Why not? Can we win it here? Maybe I should have held off on loaning out Cherki for another week or two, but versing Roma in the Super Cup, and we come out on top. Kamara Kadra, our first trophy of the year. Add the Super Cup to the trophy cabinet. You likely would have seen the lineup from when we faced Roma in the Super Cup, but this is what we're dealing with heading into this season. Lukeba injured. Honestly, not the worst thing in the world. If we can drop a few points here and there early in the season, I'm not too upset with that. In the Champions League, we've got the #1 overall marker right now. It is all about, I don't want us to go back. If we win the Champions League, oh my, I've just realized this could be a problem. If we win the Champions League this season and go back to back and then bottle it in the league, then we won't be we'll be qualified again next year. We cannot win this tournament. Come on! Oh, the operation was successful. I have just absolutely nuked certain games here. Whenever I came up against a big team, I essentially just put in like our third string squad. You can see by the goal difference, we scored goals, but we conceded a shit ton. I played players out of position. I basically made sure that we threw games, and that has seen us, we almost bloody qualified for the Champions League, trying to lose, but we have qualified for the Conference League, which was my desired route. If I look at this analytically, the goal I want to have, the route I want to take, I want to just finish like mid-table next year in Ligue 1. I want to almost win the Conference League and then win the Europa League. I want to try finishing this in 2 years. I think that is realistic considering we've already won a Champions League, but I wanted to qualify for the Conference League more this year than I did the Europa League, because if we went and won the Europa League next season, then we'd have to throw again because we'd get into the Champions League. So if I can go Conference League into Europa League, that is perfect. PSG win the league comfortably. We lost Trophy Champ again to PSG. Monaco have won Coupe de France. Is that going to screw us up because they finished below us, or both of us going to qualify for Conference League. I swear, if that screws us up, I may cry. We did add the Super Cup to our trophy cabinet at the start of the year. The Champions League goes to Leipzig. Wolves win the Europa League. And Shakhtar Donetsk win the Conference League. I'm not too worried about our statistics this year, although Fabio Silva did score 32 goals and from Georgia scored 30. That is insane. I'm more interested in growth. Bianco goes up to an 80. Clement stays at an 85. Come on, man. Cherki goes up to a 91. I cannot wait to get him back next season. And Robin Clement goes up to an 84 at Leverkusen. This has been one of the strangest videos I've ever made, but look, the path is clear. It's now up to us to go and execute. Europa League, Conference League, flip the order around, let's do it. It is my belief that if I just keep adding a 100 million, close to 90 overall player every season, blow our budget on one superstar, then we're going to be in a great spot. And that superstar this year is going to be Giorgio Scalvini. The Italian signs from Arsenal for 85 mil. I'm going all out. There is no doubts about it. I've said just about everything that needs to be said with this team. When you have a team that is the lowest rated player in your starting 11 is 88 rated. Like, the lowest rated player in our team is 88 rated. That is ridiculous. If we don't win a Conference League this year, I don't know what I have to do. We have got the Avengers of football squads. Oh my fucking God. We are not going to win the Conference League this year because we're not in the Conference League. We are in the Europa League. Oh my God. We're going to have to win the Europa League, bottle again the next season if we even win the Europa League this year, and then try winning. Oh my God, bro. This video is going to put me in a coma. Monaco are in the Europa League. What do I have to do to get Conference League in the French league? What? Are there any French clubs in here? Bro, there are legit no French clubs in the Conference League this year. Sorry, skipped right over Lens. Lens are in the Conference League. What did they come last year? Okay, I've reviewed the game tape. RC Lens came 7th in Ligue 1 last year. 7th is the standard. I want us to finish 7th in Ligue 1 if we don't win the Europa League this year. If not, that's going to be a goal for next. We came 12th in league phase play with Lyon. That is not encouraging. We have to go through the Europa League playoffs just like in Season 1. This team is a trillion times better than Season 1, yet we find ourselves in the playoffs again, facing Sparta Prague. Also, we are top of the table right now, and we are 13 points clear of Toulouse in 7th, because of course we are. We built a super team, so I'm just going all in on the Europa League this year. I want to win it, just like the Champions League. I want it ticked off. However, if we don't win against Sparta Prague, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to absolutely throw the remainder of the season. Diakite comes in for the suspended Urian Timber. First leg in the Czech Republic is a 3-2 victory. Not as confident as, not as tight, not as big a win, rather, as I'd hoped. Timber back into the starting 11 at home. Basically, the whole squad's 90 rated right now. And we win 4-0. That is more like it. Bloody 4 goals there from Georgia. In the round of 16, it's the club who we loaned Cherki to last season. It is Sevilla. Strong first leg necessary. Come on, fellas. Take out Sevilla. Get the job done. 4-1 in the first leg. You bloody ripper. Do not bottle it. Get us through to the quarters. Get the operation moving in the right direction. 3-2 loss, but I don't care. We're going to the quarterfinals. Going on the bloody reunion tour. Quarterfinals, it's a team we've done a lot of work with in this rebuild as well, in this video as well. It is Napoli. We've had some big wins so far. I want more. I want more 4-goal hauls. Come on. 2-2. We get the better statistical game, but that means jack shit when you can't make the most of it. 2-2, now we travel to Naples. All right, this is our biggest challenge so far. 2-2 against Napoli. We've won the Champions League. I want to win the Europa League. Come on. Yes, come on, Cherki. Big stuff from you, mate. We're heading into the Europa League semis. Into the semi-finals. It is 2 German clubs, 2 French clubs. We face Stuttgart. Am I stressed? Beyond belief. Traveling to Germany. Oh my God. My shoulders are so tense, and they're even more tense now after a 3-3 draw. We're going to have to get the job done in a second leg. Again, we dominate the first. We have looked so good throughout this entire tournament, but we need to finish the job. Get us to a Europa League final. Keep the path going. 3-1. Come on. We're going to come from behind. Dibbling gave them the lead. We have got a lot of yellow cards, but we have got ourselves through to a Europa League final. And in the Europa League final, it is an all-league unclash. Monaco, the Principality of Monaco, and Lyon in the Europa League final. This is to tick our second trophy off in our second attempt in the Europa League. Deep breath. This is for our second title, a Europa League final. Working in reverse. Can we win the Europa League with Lyon? Yes, we do. Turkey is going to score the winner in the 85th minute. Tick it off, lads. Europa League champions. Now it is all about the Conference League. But that will not happen next year. We already qualified for the Champions League by winning the Europa League, but we also won League One, and I'm not mad about it this year. If we were going to win it any year, I wanted it to be this year. Next year, though, I'm gonna work my ass off to make sure we get 7th. I'm gonna put my team in reverse for certain games. We're about to match fix the shit out of League One. We lost in Coupe de France. That would have been the treble. Valencia, their run to the semi-finals last year or 2 years ago wasn't a fluke. We, of course, win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Osasuna. I hope that will be us in 2 years. If not, I may cry. From now on in, though, every season my goal is to finish 7th. I will not be showing you guys the goals and stuff anymore because these guys are only going to be playing like half a season. And unfortunately, Lucas Perry won't be playing at all. We couldn't get him to a new contract. He wants to start. He's going to be joining Chelsea. It's season 7, and I can tell you something, fellas. Our third string lineup has got an absolute beating. Oh, for God's sake, it's not showing us the table. All right, you can see above my head, though, we finished 7th in the league. I was throwing games left, right, and center. I don't care if you guys don't like it. I'm making the rules right now. On my channel, I'm making the rules on this one. We have finished 7th, though, and I think that's going to get us into the Conference League next year. If it doesn't, I don't know, my brain might explode. I might lose my head. We've won a Champions League. We've won a Europa League. Logically, you'd think the Conference League is going to be a walk in the park. I don't want to run any risks. I want this team to be bulletproof. Our starting 11 is insane. Everybody is 90 rated or higher, just about. Our bench needs to be insane as well. It is insane in a lot of areas. We do need a backup goalkeeper, though, so I'm going for the Ukrainian Lunin from Aston Villa. And I want left back. I want right back to be solid as well. Utara coming in as a left back. And we're going to bag ourselves an Italian regen right back. Looks pretty good. Could be an option long term if we don't get it with Timber here. £30 million to sign Matteo Salah. Something very interesting, though, that I'll bring up with this team is you look at the age for a lot of the players. Timber's 31, Almada 31, 32 for Kamara, 30 for Silva, 31 for Georges from Georgia. A lot of the OG guys in this squad are getting on in age from an FC perspective. If we don't win the Conference League this year, there is a serious debate as to whether I blow the squad up moving forward and get a young core moving forward. But I am over the moon to confirm that we are in the Conference League. And you look at these teams, past the top 4, like we are head and shoulders above this competition. If we do not win this, I am genuinely going to crash out. I have been recording from sun up. The sun is about to go down. I might cry if we have to go another 2 to 4 years. Exactly what we expected. Not a single loss. We are second in the Conference League. We get to skip the playoffs. So far, so good, but it only takes one slip up for everything to fall apart. A battle with the Romanians. We face Cluj in the round of 16. Step number 2 of a hopeful Conference League victory. I want us to stamp our authority like we have been all video long. I want us to absolutely dominate here. I travel to Romania for the first leg and we win 3-0. That's what we needed. 3-0 up in the first leg. Come on, lads. No injuries, no suspensions is the number one thing. A 1-1 draw is fine by me because there are no injuries or suspensions. Step 2 complete. Quarter-final time. I wish I was heading here on a vacation, but we are heading to Split. Split in Croatia. Gonna go check out Ultra Music Festival and hopefully pick up a dub as well. Smooth sailing so far, no pun intended, but I'm hoping this first leg in Croatia, hoping we can sail Croatia better than every Australian backpacker when they turn 18. Hopefully this is a smoother ride. We are gonna win it 2-0. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Dominate statistically. 2-0 up. So far, so good again. All right, so far, so good. Come on, fellas. Keep it pushing. 3-1. No injuries. Lovely. Come on. I'm almost worried because things are going too straightforward and too according to plan. What bullshit is ahead of us? We have drawn by far. This here should be the final. We have drawn Red Bull Leipzig, Lyon versus Leipzig, or Union St. Galois versus Parma. If we can get past Leipzig, I'm gonna feel so confident. This is by far the toughest opponent remaining. Come on. Please, please, please keep it straightforward. So far, I'm not crashing out. I'm feeling good. First leg at home is a 3-2 win. Zolos in the 88th minute bags himself a hat trick. Our hero here in the first leg. Now we have to travel to Leipzig to finish it off. Georges from Georgia is out, but it's not the worst thing in the world because Clement is 88 rated now, only 1 overall less, so really not feeling that too much right now. 3-2 up, a spot in a Conference League final on the line, and we get there. Silva gets a straight red, no! Oh, Fabio Silva gets a straight red. We're heading to a Conference League final, but one of the stars of the video will not be participating. And here we go. Parma is the team that stands in the way of us winning every European trophy in one video, of us joining Chelsea in an illustrious club. And I let the handbrake go off in Ligue 1 this season. That's how confident I am. We have won Ligue 1, meaning if we don't beat Parma tonight, well, the C team's coming out and my brain matter will be splattered across the back of this wall. Marseille won Coupe de France. And I mean, the other competitions still to be played. West Ham win the Europa League. Does that mean they're now a Champions League away from joining us in the club? No silver for this one, but it doesn't matter. Let the games begin. Oh my God, man. Here we go. The Stadion Olympique. It's Lyon to join Chelsea as the only clubs to win every European trophy. We do it. Thiago Almada, Zolos. We have done it with Lyon. We have pulled off an absolutely unbelievable feat, and we have won every European trophy in one video. Lads, this was a mammoth video to record. If you enjoyed it and you aren't already subscribed, click here to subscribe and click here to watch me rebuild Sevilla after a shocking season.